Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain on a story that the music industry's elite would rather keep in the shadows. We are witnessing the total transformation of a global icon, but this isn't just about a singer finding her voice. It's about a high-stakes corporate divorce that has sent shockwaves through the executive offices of Los Angeles and Oslo. In 2026, Angelina Jordan stands at a crossroads, having seemingly walked away from the very machinery that promised her superstardom. While most artists would crumble without a major label's bankroll, she's doing the unthinkable. Our investigation today explores the financial mystery behind her independent surge, the strange legal entanglements that nearly silenced her in 2025, and the reality of her current worth in an era where digital influence is the new gold. Is she a pioneer of the organic rebellion, or is there a more concerning reason for her sudden withdrawal from the public eye? We've gathered the data and traced the money to bring you the truth about the woman who refused to be a product. Many believed that leaving a powerhouse like Republic Records would be the end of her career, but in reality, it was the start of an unprecedented financial takeover. In 2026, the question of her net worth is no longer a matter of simple record sales. It is a complex web of independent ownership and master recording control. When she was under the corporate umbrella, her cut of the revenue was reportedly a fraction of the total earnings, a standard but punishing reality for many young prodigies. However, our research indicates that by reclaiming her independence, she has effectively cut out the middleman, allowing her to retain nearly 95% of her streaming and performance revenue. Industry analysts estimate her 2026 valuation at between $5 and $7 million, a figure fueled by a massive dedicated global fanbase that bypasses traditional radio play. This surge isn't just luck, it's a calculated move into the indie elite space, but this financial freedom came at a heavy price. As she moved to secure her masters, friction began to build with the very executives who once championed her. Whispers of a creative blackout began to circulate, suggesting that the industry was attempting to dampen her reach as a warning to other artists considering a similar path. While her bank account flourished, her public appearances became increasingly rare, leading many to wonder if she was being punished for her defiance. The transition from a child star to a business mogul is never smooth, and for Angelina, the move to independence was less of a quiet exit and more of an all-out war for her professional identity. This was only the first chapter of a much larger conflict that would soon move from the boardroom to the courtroom. While the world saw a star rising, the legal records in Norway were painting a much darker picture of a contract dispute that nearly reached a breaking point. In early 2025, the music world was stunned when Angelina abruptly withdrew from the Melodi Grand Prix, the prestigious gateway to Eurovision. On the surface, the explanation was simple. Environmental catastrophes in California made her participation impossible, but the Norwegian broadcaster NRK wasn't buying it. They alleged a breach of agreement, leading to a public demand for significant financial damages. Our investigation has uncovered that the fallout was far more intense than reported, with legal representatives engaging in a high-stakes standoff over whether a binding contract even existed. Angelina's team stood firm, claiming that no formal paperwork had ever been finalized and, more strikingly, that security concerns were the primary reason for her absence. This phrase, security concerns, sparked a wave of speculation online. Was this a genuine threat to her safety, or was it a tactical maneuver to escape a restrictive performance contract? The tension reached such heights that for a brief period, her entire career in her home country seemed to be on ice. These accusations surfaced that the broadcaster was being unnecessarily aggressive with a young artist, while others argued that her team was being unprofessional. Regardless of where the truth lies, this legal battle served as a turning point. It signaled to the world that Angelina Jordan was no longer a talent to be managed, but a force that would fight back against any institution that tried to corner her. The scars from this battle are still visible in her 2026 strategy, as she now maintains a level of privacy that borders on total isolation, rarely granting interviews to European media outlets. In the midst of her battle for independence, a secret weapon emerged in the form of a legendary songwriter who decided to bet everything on her raw, unfiltered talent. Toby Gad, the man responsible for some of the biggest anthems of the last 2 decades, didn't just become her collaborator, he became the architect of her organic rebellion. This wasn't a standard producer-artist relationship. It was a partnership designed to dismantle the very idea of manufactured pop. Together, they bypassed the multi-million-dollar studio budgets of the major labels to record tracks that were often captured in a single, unedited take, wider. But even with a legend in her corner, the shadow of her past contracts continues to loom over her every move. Nothing fueled the 2026 rumors more than the mysterious security protocol enforced during her recent residency in the heart of Las Vegas. When Angelina took the stage at the Westgate, fans weren't just met with her haunting vocals. They were met with a total ban on recording devices that was enforced with startling intensity. In an era where every moment is captured for social media, this total media blackout was unheard of. Speculation ran wild. Was this a move to protect the exclusivity of the show, or was something else happening behind the scenes? Some suggested that these measures were part of the ongoing security concerns cited in her earlier legal battles in Norway, hinting at a genuine fear for her privacy. Others, however, viewed it as a brilliant marketing ploy to create a you-had-to-be-there mystique that drove ticket prices to record highs on the secondary market. A reporter spoke with attendees who described the atmosphere as electric but guarded, with security teams patrolling the aisles to ensure not a single frame of video left the room. This strategic silence has become a hallmark of her 2026 persona. By denying the internet a constant stream of content, she has made her rare public appearances feel like world-class events. But this level of control also draws scrutiny. When an artist goes to such lengths to hide their image, people inevitably start looking for what they might be concealing. Is there a health issue she's keeping quiet, or is she simply reclaiming her image from the digital vultures? Regardless of the motive, the Las Vegas Residency proved that Angelina Jordan is one of the few artists on the planet who can command a room without needing a viral clip to prove it. She is playing a long game, and the blackout was just another move on her complex chessboard of independence. To understand her current drive, you have to look at the deeply personal foundation she is building her new empire upon, one that involves a family legacy and a total refusal to sell her soul. In 2026, her latest projects have centered around the poetry of her grandmother, Mery Zamani. This isn't just an artistic choice, it's a legal one. By using family-owned intellectual property as the basis for her lyrics, Angelina has created a closed loop of ownership that is virtually impossible for a record label to penetrate. This means she doesn't just own the recording, she and her family own the very soul of the song. This move has been described by industry lawyers as a masterclass in independence. It prevents any third party from ever claiming a stake in her most personal works, ensuring that her financial future is permanently secured. But this path of extreme ownership is also lonely. It has effectively alienated her from the traditional songwriting circles of Nashville and Los Angeles, where co-writing is the standard for getting on the radio. Angelina has essentially said she doesn't need them. This family-first model is a direct challenge to the industry-first model that has governed music for a century. While this ensures she is never exposed to a bad deal again, it also puts an immense amount of pressure on her inner circle to perform at a professional level. Critics wonder if she is creating an echo chamber that might eventually stifle her growth, but for now, the results are staggering. Her latest independent release, anchored by her grandmother's words, has outperformed major label artists with 10 times her marketing budget. She is proving that her legacy is not for sale, and in 2026, that makes her the most dangerous woman in the music business. As we approach the end of the year, the narrative of the fallen star has been completely dismantled, replaced by the reality of a woman who is more powerful than ever before. There were those who predicted that Angelina would fade away after the 2025 accusations surfaced, and the legal drama in Oslo, but her 2026 return has been nothing short of a total takeover. She has moved from being a victim of industry politics to being the one who dictates the terms. Our final analysis of her career trajectory shows a massive shift in how she is perceived. She is no longer a child singer, but a global auteur. The rumors of her being silenced have been replaced by the fact that she was simply waiting for the right moment to speak. Her independent path has inspired a new generation of artists to question their own contracts, making her a symbol of the organic rebellion. However, the path ahead remains treacherous. As she continues to bypass the major systems, the resistance from the old guard is expected to intensify. There are already whispers of new legal challenges regarding her international touring rights, suggesting that the battle for her freedom is far from over. But if the past 12 months have taught us anything, it's that betting against Angelina Jordan is a losing game. She has navigated criminal-like contract negotiations and emerged with her integrity and her bank account intact. The story of her independence isn't just about music, it's a blueprint for anyone fighting to own their own destiny. She didn't just survive the industry machine, she broke it. What we've witnessed in 2026 is the birth of a new kind of superstar. Angelina Jordan has turned the traditional path to fame on its head, proving that a voice and a vision can outweigh the power of a global conglomerate. She has navigated legal storms, security threats, and industry blackouts to emerge as a truly independent force. As her net worth continues to climb and her influence spreads, she stands as a reminder that in an age of artificiality there is no substitute for the truth. Whether she continues to stay in the shadows or steps back into the spotlight, the world will be watching. The question remains, can the rest of the industry adapt to the revolution she started, or will they continue to fight a ghost they can no longer control? Only time will tell, but for now, Angelina Jordan is the one holding all the cards. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing story.